Operation New Blood has just been released and the community is quite upset with the lack of content to say the least. So, what's a better time than mid-season to add some long-desired features or even quality of life updates? With that said, here are 15 features Siege needs. Ubisoft has stated that sometime this season, the new Rainbow Six Siege Marketplace will be officially released to everyone, and while that's great and all, you still cannot gift other players weapon skins, charms, outfits, and so on. Adding a gifting system would be the perfect solution to this. Perhaps it's your friend's birthday and you want to do something nice for them. They've been rambling on and on about how they really want the Fenrir Elite, but they just never get it and they won't stop talking about it. Well, with a gifting system, you could get it for them. Other popular games such as Apex and Fortnite have a very well received system, so Ubisoft, what's taking you so long? With the Fenrir Elite comes a Fenrir Chibi, another charm to add to your collection, but sometimes it can be extremely annoying to find that single charm you want to equip out of the hundreds of options you have. This is why Siege needs an organization system for charms. Right now, you can currently favorite any charm in your locker and they will appear at the top of your charms. That's a great start, but let's take it a little further. Allow players to just have full control of where charms go in their inventory. This lets players personally sort their charms however they desire. They could group all their operator chibis together, all their streamer charms, whatever they want. As someone who has 900 plus charms, I would love to have this as an option one day. But maybe you don't care for charms, and that's okay. You're just here to have fun with your friends, mess around, maybe team kill each other until you're all hit with reverse friendly fire. Yeah, it can be a vibe kill. Don't get me wrong, reverse friendly fire is a great feature for players who are not in a squad together. But when you are in a squad together, it can sometimes suck the fun out of the game. For example, if you and your friends are playing tag with bullets and you guys shoot each other too much, reverse friendly fire gets applied to the whole squad and it's there for the rest of the game. You can't take it away, it affects your reputation, it's just not fun. If you're joining a group of friends to play Siege, odds are you know what you're getting yourself into. So I would love to see any consequences removed if you shoot your teammates who are in your squad only. Maestro users are also faced with a consequence, and I think almost all console players know what I'm referencing. On console, controlling Maestro's Evil Eye has to be one of the most tedious things to do in the game. As of right now, the general sensitivity of the player is what affects the sensitivity of the turret, and most likely, the player's general sensitivity does not match their aim down sight sensitivity, which is why it can be extremely difficult to control. So why not have a separate option to adjust Maestro's Evil Eye sensitivity? And why stop there? Make it so that every single gadget that you control has its own sensitivity option. It would be such a huge quality of life change, and there's really no harm in implementing this. Something else everyone could enjoy is a weapon mastery reward system. This system would show players their most used weapons and then reward them for using said weapon for X period of time. Adding a system like this would encourage players to grind for that desired reward, which they can then show off in-game. Right behind this could also be an operator mastery reward system. It would essentially be the same concept as the weapon system, but it would instead show your most played operators and reward you with possible outfits, operator poses, or even exclusive animations. With all that said, these are even more reasons for players to keep on coming back to the game and playing to earn that unique reward they crave. Another feature the community would absolutely crave would be proximity chat. Where do I begin? There would be an endless amount of opportunities to do some of the funniest things possible. Maybe you're Caveira, you're coming up on an enemy, and you just want to whisper in their ear. Or maybe you're Montagne. Well, you're already annoying, but on top of that, you could just stand at a doorway and trash talk the enemy team all you want. There's so many interactions you could have, and it would be an absolute blast to try this out. While proximity chat may be a huge ask from Ubisoft, console text chat maybe not so much. On PC, we are all aware you can type in chat, whether that's team chat or all chat, and there's been an abundant amount of features to improve text chat on PC. But where is text chat on console? Game chat is not often used on console, and so text chat would be a great alternative for communicating with your teammates. However, something that was recently added is the new detailed weapon stats. These stats tell you anything you could possibly want to know about the loadout you're using. But why stop there? Why not add detailed gadget stats? Here, take Goyle for example. He is equipped with a Vulcan canister, and if you want to know more about it, there's a little section you can read, but it's not very detailed. It doesn't tell you how many he has or even how long the fire lasts once you destroy the canister. If there was just a little section to give some more detail, it would help out both new and experienced players. Recently, the community has been very engaged with custom games, especially 1v1ing, but that seems to really be the main use for them at the moment. A custom game is supposed to be customized to the host's desire, but right now we are just so limited to what we can create. There's so much opportunity to make unique game modes, but we are just contained in this box where our creativity cannot run wild. Here's a few simple ideas. Imagine if you can turn respawn on, or set a spawn location, or turn the map time from day to night. There's so much potential, so I really do hope we get some sort of custom game settings revamp in the future. But if we go from the future to the past, community-made gun skins were actually once in the game. While we have some community-made skins in the form of Twitch Prime bundles such as Siege Tales, it's still not what it used to be. There are an abundant amount of talented artists out there, some with a social media presence and some not so much. With both types of artists in mind, Ubisoft should host a weekly or monthly competition where artists can submit their work and the community can vote on their favorite skin to then be put in the game. This is just a simple way to show appreciation for the talented artists who aren't recognized as much as they should be. And while it's uncertain why community-made skins are no longer recognized, we can be hopeful that one day they may return. Another feature that we can be hopeful to return is the grenade throwback system. Back during Siege's early years, a defender had the capability of throwing back an attacker's grenade. Unfortunately, this feature was removed with the release of Operation Parabellum. People were not too happy with this change because there were some really cool plays that you could pull off, and you could also play hot potato. This feature was a blast when it was here, so it would be nice for it to come back one day. A new feature that could be added is hot breaching with Sledge. If you're not familiar with the term hot breach, it means to enter as soon as you breach. For example, you can place a breaching charge on a barricaded window, then start the animation to enter the window, and if you time it perfectly, you can detonate your breaching charge to where you repel through the explosion and into the building. You can also sort of do this with Sledge's breaching hammer, but it's very inconvenient. It requires one of your teammates to bring a breaching charge, and it's just not time nor utility efficient, which brings me to the feature. Sledge should have the ability to hot breach windows with his hammer. While on the topic of improving gadgets that are already in the game, Amaru's Gara Hook could use an upgrade itself as well. Right now, Amaru is able to attach to windows, hatches, and rooftops, but not all ledges. The purpose of her gadget is to get her places in a way other operators can't, and so why not allow Amaru's Gara Hook to attach to any ledge or balcony? Let's take a look at the map Bank as an example. If you head on over to Lobby, there's a whole balcony that goes from one side of the building to the other with only one staircase. Currently, every operator would have to take that one staircase to go upstairs, but if Amaru had the option to grapple to that balcony, it would make her just that more versatile and maybe even a more reliable pick for the team. One more quality of life change would be for shield players. Operation Deadly Omen brought along a new feature called the Suppressive Fire Debuff. If you're not sure what that is, basically, if a shield player such as Montang, Blitz, or Fuse takes enough damage to their shield, a circular icon at the bottom left of their screen will appear. Once this icon appears, shield players cannot run until the icon disappears. The problem is it can be quite difficult to tell when you can no longer sprint, because the Suppressive Fire debuff icon is so small and at the bottom of the screen. A great improvement to this would be to create a larger visual indicator, something similar to Doc's indicator when he heals himself, to let the shield player know they can no longer sprint. And finally, the current replay system could use a massive improvement. Right now, it's just not up to date with other franchises' replay systems. If the system's only purpose was for players to go back and look at something that happened in their past game, it does its job. However, players want to use this system for many more reasons, one being to showcase their game cinematically. It can be difficult to accomplish this because there's just too many bugs. Audio doesn't match up, missing audio, animations are incomplete, and there's just so many more. And yes, the replay system is in beta, but it's been in beta for quite a long time, so when are we actually getting the full release with hopefully less bugs? Anyways, that has been 15 features Siege would benefit from. While I'm sure there are many more ideas out there, this has been a few that I have personally been wanting for a very long time now. Let me know if there's any features you would like to see added, or if you agree with any of the features I mentioned, but otherwise, thank you for watching.